signals.
We're live, and the audio is working on the first try. Look at that. It's like I've been doing this a few times. Yeah. So, all right, good. And that's working. All right. So our cast and crew is here today, and they are currently on the long descent that is the journey to Gnosi. Uh, Geno. Fuck.
Gnosi.
Gnosi. Thank you. Jesus, I was just staring at it. This is why
I was
AJ
waiting
does.
for it.
This is why AJ does all the map and wording, and I just fumble all over it. So anywho, they made it through their first day. Per dealing with some rather annoying sea life, and decided rather than attempting to journey the next step of the journey through the big ink cloud that sat in front of them, they decided to let the boat sit and take their long rest. So we uh, come back to it as the crew is currently waking up, and as they make their way to above deck or to wherever they can see out of the ship, they can see about maybe 15 feet. Otherwise, you quickly realize that the ink cloud that you had stopped in front of has now fully engulfed the ship. It's
Oh boy.
probably moving in some small, slow fashion. Um, so I'll leave the crew to it.
Oh, I have a question. Uh, does the shell of the submarine encompass the captain's quarters? Because it is on a different level.
That was the general idea, yes.
Okay, good. All right, cool.
Actually,
Uh,
since we have knocked on, I kind of tried to leave it as vague as possible. Do you want to describe what the ship looks
yeah,
like
let's do it.
now that you're fully encapsulated?
Sure. So if you were to look from the outside, um, imagine a old school ship with the hull, and you basically flip that hull upside down and then sort of fit it on top. That's what it looks like. There are not quite as many viewports as I had hoped, as acquiring large panels of extremely thick, clear material was somewhat difficult. Um, but there are sufficient viewports that you can get a good view from pretty much most of the angles of the ship, off of the deck and all of the lower decks. There's no additional decks above. What used to be the lower deck is just sort of like a large cobbled together steel domed surface. There are strange tubes and wires and like contraptions sort of all over the internal structure of this domed surface that have various different colors of liquid going through them, with little windows to check levels and all of that. And it is pretty noisy, actually. There wasn't much time to finesse the design, so it's just noisy, and it's very patchwork. As I was not able to acquire like specific
Ideal.
amounts of ideal materials. Uh, if you look closely, you can see, oh, that used to be a wheelbarrow that he just sort of like flattened out. Oh, that used to be part of an anvil that he chopped up and or whatever. Um,
Beautiful.
that used to be a plus two
House is
breastplate.
receded.
How did that get there? Uh,
Hey,
um,
where's my hair clip?
yeah, quite literally. There are even sections of the main decking where I have removed the deck to salvage the nails and the fasteners from pieces, just to get like additional screw shaped fasteners that I could modify and things like that. So it looks sort of like from the outside, it looks very unique. It's like almost like a torpedo shape with
That's what I got. Yeah.
and the inside looks like somebody literally tore it to pieces, but it is a consistent structure at least.
That's fantastic. So it like fully encompassed the sails too, right? That's the whole.
So no, so the sails, with like the masts are essentially sticking out above it,
Okay.
and there are tanks, like small tanks, against that dome that the mast comes up in between. So the sails, I'm assuming would be wrapped at this point,
Mhm.
but they are not furled.
Okay.
For example, you could, in theory, unfurl them if there was a current that you wanted to follow, but
Yeah.
Okay.
it would be pretty difficult.
That's fantastic. Okay.
There,
All right.
there's just the big port hole in the top, or like with for the hatch.
Yes, yes.
I did describe that there was a like two cycle hatch, so like where something where
Correct.
you can open, get in, close, and then open the other side. And it like
Like an
floats off.
airlock, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
All right.
Wow, clever.
Perfect. All right. Yeah. So as you all start looking out the portholes and running around this area, you see just you have been fully encompassed in this inky inky mast. And I think Heavy Nick, you probably have a little bit of a hangover as you wake up
Oh,
because you
okay.
drank
I was gonna say, how did
literally
I?
all day yesterday.
Yeah, like I mean, I know where you left him off, and it's pretty appropriate. But he eventually comes to. I'll say that you guys hear just like muffled yelling coming from the opposite side of the captain's quarter, and then the door would just slam open. Why are we underneath the water?
And I sort of turn around. I'm like currently cranking
What?
some valves. I'm like, isn't this what you asked for?
The what? No, 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 no. This wasn't your fault. What did you?
So a lot of things have happened in just a few days.
This? What? Where did the top came from? That wasn't here when I left.
Um,
You
Uh,
have experienced some trauma. It is okay if you do not recall.
You still haven't told me why we're underneath the water, right? That is what I see out of my portal. In.
That would be
We're-
correct. We are currently around 100 meters underwater.
Where are we going again?
we're going to go see Finn's fam or peoples.
What?
We're going down.
Yeah, somewhere. Apparently, Finn is from there.
The lost city of Gnosi Alsos, which apparently I might be from, perhaps?
Why are we going there again? Besides going to find out where you're from.
I believe it's for technology and to turn this into a functional war vessel.
So you're saying this is not functional, huh?
Well, it goes down.
Excuse me, it is completely functional. The war part of it
I
is
see
not.
that I'm dry. Yes, Nocton. That's
I get like a little bit uppity about it. I was like,
how do you
Well,
steer?
it is currently functional in that it goes down.
It does have some directional steering. And Finn's right. Down.
Yes,
that was the task assigned to me, I
down
believe.
down is indeed direction.
Nocton, is there any way might be able to work some functional steering into it?
Well, the idea was to get to the Gnosi Alsos, and they would help us so that we could turn this into a more functional
As you may be aware,
thing.
you were indisposed, and I will admit there is some functional steering. I would not say that there is effective propulsion at this time.
But we also had to make some functional choices while you were gone. So
Oh,
now
Such
we
as
are
survival.
Getting off. Yeah, and so we have a functional craft.
look,
What is the definition of functional?
don't worry, guys. I'm already impressed. This is way beyond what I thought you guys were capable of. So
You seemed upset. I was worried.
No, well, I mean, think about it. Anyone's gonna kind of get upset if they woke up on a ship, or they got onto a ship and it was, above the water.
And when I say worried, I was more concerned that you would not be willing to pay me for my work.
What do you mean payment? We
That
have
this is what we discussed months ago. We can discuss this later. Not to
No,
worry.
I'm gonna be really honest. I have no idea about our finances. I don't know dick about shit right now. I'm just now learning that my ship is going and plunging into the sea. So forgive me for not wanting to talk about finances.
I apologize. I have been working pretty much constantly for the last 5 weeks on this with very little rest and simply greater restoration cast on me.
And your effort is not appreciated.
No, okay.
Wait, what?
Wait, sorry. Wait, I flipped that.
I know what you meant.
Slip of the whatever.
You still seem to be slightly drunk. It's okay.
I got it was really rough in there. Yeah, effort is appreciated. I don't know what I was going for there, but anyways,
So did you
what
get
are we
any good?
doing now?
Did you get any good information while you were in there?
Well, actually, it was quite interesting. I met a couple guys. One guy, his name was Fesso, and another guy, his name was Colas. They kind of were like dad figures. I did find out that Thaddeus was the one who was keeping me in there. That's probably, you guys should have known that.
Yeah, I did not know this was a surprise.
So you
Yeah.
didn't get any information.
Well, I did. What do you want? I was getting the shit kicked out of me one day. I was getting experimented on the next, and then I was getting this shit kicked out of me while I was getting experimented on. It was
Did
pretty
they inject you with any technology?
loads of shit. I had to relive my fucking past at one point.
I like just drop what I'm doing and I go over and I like start like rolling up his sleeves and like examining his arms.
We went and got your weapons.
Oh, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah, your hook, your swords. We got all your stuff.
Well, and I
No
say,
sweat.
guys, I absolutely fucking appreciate it. And I said that right this time. Sorry, I got freaked out.
We almost died.
Yeah, no,
Multiple times.
I died actually, I think twice.
Sheila turned into a mouse. And then we all turned into air.
Yeah, wait. So you got my ship back. Where was it?
Deep underground, surrounded by ruins. I couldn't teleport out. We were attacked by hundreds of guards.
I believe the word that people use to describe the experience is fun.
Well, I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. Did you guys get anything cool while you're down there?
Oh yes.
Yeah, we got your stuff back.
Well, besides my stuff. You guys get anything other cool shit?
I mean, were we supposed to?
I don't know. It's just curious. Why are you being so sketchy about this, Finn?
I ain't being sketchy. You're being sketchy. You didn't know we were going underwater. Look out the window. What do you see? What do you see out the window?
I don't know. What do I see?
It's fucking black.
So at
Yeah.
about that moment, you see,
Terrible.
you feel like the whole ship rock really aggressively, and you see a tentacle up
Oh, boy.
against the viewport that you're standing next to, and it just like rocks the ship back, and you guys all go tumbling to one side, and you feel another tentacle slam into the side of the ship. Like
Does anybody here have the ability to speak
Finn,
to
why am I
people?
looking at a tentacle?
We are underwater.
This is not supposed to be here. Yeah?
I believe this is its home.
Perhaps if we play dead, it will just move on.
At that moment, you feel another like huge heavy slam into the side of the ship, and you actually probably see it dent a little bit.
Guys.
No.
It looks like it probably can't be
Yes,
Ugh.
we should likely determine a way to exit the area, so to speak. I do not know if this the best way I can describe it is improvised submersible shell can handle quite much more abuse.
Phantasma and Etrian, where are you all at? Can we
Yeah.
go?
So you do feel the ship, like you see them both kind of like nod and start casting control water to start moving the ship, but like you watch as they go through and they cast, like one of them starts casting it, and you're used to this kind of like, it's kind of like a little staggered, a bit of a pull as they cast, and it wears off, but like it goes to move and it just doesn't. Like the whole ship just kind of like surges forward and then stops. Um,
We still
and
can't see in the like through the inky cloud, right?
you can see
It's
about like 15 feet away, like give or take, and
yeah, fucking
maybe at about that point in time you see like a big red eye up against one of the portholes,
God, Jesus.
like ideally kind of like looking into the ship in some sense. Uh, and you see like another big slam against the ship, and this time it's definitely doing damage as it. You see like things falling off the wall and little rivets, like, popping out and whatnot. And
Okay, I'm Nocton's going to look around, not concerned, but he's going to like sort of assess and say, I suggest everyone stand on the nearest piece of wood.
Okay.
All right. Oh,
And then as I'm going to walk over to the wall that's closest to the eye and just sort of like look at it, and then I'm gonna cast Shocking Grasp and press my hand against the side of the boat.
okay, uh, I'll ask first. Do you understand uh, primordial?
Don't tell me he has primordial resistance to
No,
like
no. I'm just curious if you understand the language. That's
the language.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
No, that's okay. You hear this like guttural clicking noise as you kind of like go up towards it, and then you cast Shocking Grasp. So just roll damage. It's gonna hit. Um,
What's damage? Damage is 1d8.
was it loud enough where I could hear it? Because I can speak that.
so oddly enough, it wasn't out loud. It was just
Oh,
right into Nocton's head. Uh, I was gonna say it is doubled because it's underwater, but that's
I mean, it's a big thing, so I don't think it would do much damage anyways.
yeah, that's fair.
can Finn walk up and like push Nocton aside and be like, no, like this? And then it's going to be a 5th level lightning ball or 6th level lightning ball.
Okay.
Wait, are we in like an enclosed place?
I'm casting it like through the window.
Does the window have like a glass in it?
Uh, last time Joe said we could cast through the window. So
So
I don't
the
know.
ship is not spell-proof. So you could since you can see through it, and the spell, my understanding is at a target you can see, essentially the spell goes just harmlessly through the ship and then activates outside of the ship.
Even if you cast it at the wall of the ship, that was the idea, is that the whole shell is going to be electrified, essentially.
I got you. That's fine.
I just wanted to cast it like at the dude's face.
Okay. So let me
That seems mean.
layer.
Yeah, well, I think he's trying to get his attention.
Uh, no, I'm on the wrong layer. Okay. 2. Ooh. So as the spell goes out into the ocean and explodes, it is a dexterity saving throw. And I'm gonna have everyone roll initiative at this point because you just lobbed a big old fucking spell at it.
Well,
Yeah, Finn's just gonna like put his hand up against the window and then cast it and be like, "Get lost!"
All right. Fails
come on.
that.
Why isn't this working? No. You can give me the 4 or the 16. Yeah, I don't know. Doesn't matter.
Do. I'll give you the first one. Give him. All right. Who am I missing? Heavy neck. No. Yeah. You
Hold
roll.
on.
All right.
Nice.
I mean, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't have all of mine is projectile melee. Fix heavy neck, or did you fix Moby's dick yet?
Yes, I did fix Moby's dick.
Okay, well I have to be outside for it anyway.
That was part of the deal, but I don't think anybody's seen that it's fixed yet.
Yeah. Heavy neck's gonna ask you immediately. Are we started?
Yeah. So heavy neck, you're up as you watch as this thing explodes off in the distance, and shocking this creature. You notice that while it goes off and it electrifies the water around it, it doesn't seem like it gets injured as bad as you'd expect from this kind of a spell.
That's fun.
But it does let go.
It does back up a little bit, yeah.
So it didn't take double damage from the lightning.
It took normal damage from the lightning because it is resistant.
Oh,
Actually, no, hold on. I lied. It's immune to lightning damage. Never mind.
Oh, wonderful.
I'm looking through my spells and I'm realizing that's yeah.
There you
So
go.
as it goes
So it
off,
wouldn't have mattered anyways.
but the shocking grasp did it double?
I fucked up on both of them.
Oh, okay.
They're both. It's immune to both of them. I was reading. Usually the first line is resistances. It doesn't have any resistances. It just has immunities. So
So when I did that, it kind of just like blinked at me instead,
yeah. Sorry.
and I was like, "Oh,
You are an idiot.
uh. Yep. So anyway, so it does. It does kind of like. Let me think. So with both of those going off, I'd say it probably doesn't. It you see them go off and it doesn't phase it. So it is currently still latched onto it and yeah. And it is now your turn, Heavy Neck. Sorry.
Oh boy.
Finn, if you wanted to redo what type of magic you were using based on the previous, I'd give you that because I fucked up.
oops, sorry."
Well, I wouldn't do thunder because I don't want to draw any more towards us. I probably would do fire.
Okay.
God, I hate this interface. Sorry.
All right. So as it goes off, it does. The fire seems less effective underwater, unfortunately, but it does take the full damage of it, or it does take damage from it.
Okay.
And yeah, okay. So now Heavy Neck, it's your turn, as this thing is still
All right.
latched on the boat.
I run and go grab my 2 scimitars. Actually, no, I'll do yeah, I'll grab I'll grab Julia and a dagger and grab my hook, throw that on, and look at Sheila and go, Sheila,
What up?
we're basically useless in here. We need to get out of there.
I've been waiting all day for this. Let's do it.
All right. And wherever the hatch is to go do the thing to go outside, I'm Heavy Neck's just gonna go walk towards it.
I did forget to ask. Are you allowing cannons still?
So
Underwater.
my understanding was that you'd probably sealed up the cannon holes.
Yeah. I assume
I
they
assumed that would be the case as well. I just wanted to check.
Especially considering how I guess it's something that that'll probably be worked into in the future editions of the boat, but at this
That
moment,
would make sense. Yes,
Yeah.
I understand. I was just curious.
yeah, no.
Um, I sort of call over to Heavy Neck when I see him wandering over, and I say, "Crossbows will work better."
crossbows.
Gunpowder does not really work underwater.
I'm not using gunpowder, and because I have a scimitar and a dagger in my hand.
Oh, yes, good point. Sorry, distracted.
It's all right. Hey, maybe you have some in your system, and you who hit your head. And I just want to like seriously, how does this fucking work? Open this door. How do I get out?
I say turn the crank. Then when
Alright.
you're in the chamber, close the door, turn the crank again, then turn the second crank.
You, like, get in here with me, and then I'll wait to turn the crank to like fill it once Sheila's in.
Okay. All right. That sounds good. All right. So up next we have Finn.
All right, so Finn's gonna see that like the fireball didn't really do much, and he's just gonna be like, "What the fuck was that, Finn? What like fire underwater? You're an idiot. What are you, fucking magma? Okay,
Suck it.
and then he's gonna take his left hand and he's gonna put it up against the window, and it's like much slower this time, and he's gonna cast a cold ball.
Okay.
Yeah.
There we go.
Crossball.
Yeah, cold ball.
Freezer ball.
Fuck it.
All right.
36 frost damage.
All
I'm gonna be
right.
so mad if this creature's designed to help us.
I'll give you a hint. It's not.
I've been through this whole time.
It's like, how may I help you in Primordial?
You kind of that feeling of like I wonder if it kind of fades as you see it wind back again after Finn's turn and make
Finn's just
another
gonna yell again. Leave us alone.
make another attack against the ship, doing another 13 damage to the hull. All right. And that's Finn's turn. Sheila, you're up.
Sheila is gonna get into the airlock with Heavy Neck, and when she does, she's gonna turn it.
Can someone cast water breathing on me?
You
first?
guys have all had water breathing cast on you consistently as you're underwater.
Okay, thank
So
you.
yeah, that's something that Etrian has been doing.
Okay, beautiful. Thank you, Atrin.
Then I'm gonna turn and look at Heavy Neck, and I'm just gonna go, yeah, and go into a rage.
Okay.
Yeah. And then
Wants to start like saber rattling, so like start like hitting the hilt up against like the
yeah, and
and make a bunch of noise, like get off of our ship, you fucking maggot.
yeah, that's what we're doing in the airlock.
So as Sheila gets into it, Heavy Neck, you're able to close it and then reopen the other side, and you guys are released. I'd say that probably takes your whole turn, Heavy Neck. But Sheila, you are now outside and still have your action if you'd like it. And
Right.
you guys are like, you're not right next to it, but it's close enough that you can get within melee of one of its tentacles or whatnot, because it is all over the fucking ship at this
All
point.
right, I'm gonna go up to. Are any of these tentacles looking like they're loosely connected?
There might be there's like two wrapped around it, one that just currently slammed into it, and then another one that's just kind of like maybe like searching, like reaching around looking for stuff.
All right, I'm not gonna go not for the searching one, but for like one of them that's like wrapped around the ship. That I'm
Okay.
gonna try to just like hack the shit out of it.
Okay, all right. So what are you using as a weapon?
My sword.
So you have making a melee attack. You have disadvantage on the attack roll because it is a large
Cool.
sword underwater.
Sweet. I'm gonna go straight then and do
Reckless.
reckless.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Hey,
bang. Does a
underwater
30
combat.
hit?
A 30 does hit. Conveniently, Sheila can still doesn't give a fuck about the water.
Yeah, so that's for 21 damage. And then I'll straight attack again. That's a fucking 30. Again, same numbers.
Jesus.
And 16 damage, so 37 damage total.
All right.
Oh, and like as Sheila fucking goes down in this, I just want blood to just like pull like real far up and like just flow through her hair.
Yeah, you do get a good chunk out of it, and it's like that tentacle currently is like bleeding pretty heavily. Uh, but yeah, so yeah, it's just like now it's this, and it's interesting because you can't see more than like 15 feet from you, but because of the ink, but now it's a mixed. It's like this weird reddish, gray, blackish, just yeah. You, it's very very hard to see right now. um,
Like,
but yeah, so okay. Do. It is now the creature's turn as it uh looks over at you, Sheila, currently cutting away at it. It's going to reach out and attempt to tentacle you. That's a 18 to hit.
Does not.
God damn. And then it's going to make its second tentacle attack against you, Heavy Neck.
okay.
It's a 14 to hit. God damn it, a plus 12, and I rolled a 2.
Alright, got it.
Uh, cool. All right, that was fun.
Oh, it's only a juvenile. Where's the mom?
uh,
Oh.
Knockdown, you're up.
Just as a note, I think it's 12 at this point. 12. I think yeah, I dismantled him. Well, 11 is gone now. Now it's 12. 12 is currently going to be using its ability to repair itself on the ship, if you will allow it.
Okay.
So it obviously it's not going to be 2d8 plus 2 hit points to the ship each turn, but that's going to be my bonus action.
Okay.
And is going to be like attempting to like seal small cracks and fix damage that the Kraken is causing.
Perfect. I'll say if you want to roll just 2d8 straight, I think that makes sense.
Oh, sorry, that was 1d8.
Perfect. So yeah, as it's running around welding things and putting things back.
Essentially, I built sort of like these like little rings into the inside so that it can kind of like crawl around and then just like reach the areas of the dome that I can't necessarily reach while I'm just walking around on the deck.
Perfect. All right.
So Nocton is going to. Is there still a tentacle? Is it wrapped around the ship, or is the Kraken sort of out in the water?
It's still currently wrapped around the ship. It seems like it definitely wants the ship, and it's like it's squeezing. It's not crushing anything yet, but it's like trying. You can see it like trying to get into this ship.
Okay. Nocton is going to go over to where he can see that something is like physically touching the ship and cast heat metal at I don't even know what level I can cast it at. Give me a second. I think second level, but
That's what I was waiting for the first time.
yeah, heat metal at second level.
So is that gonna cause all of your hydraulic fittings to like get fucked up? Is heating?
I'm guessing no, because in this case, I'm going to cast it on essentially a plate. Now the plates are welded together.
I gotcha. Okay.
But it's not going to transfer that well.
Yeah, because you can only affect a 5-foot square anyway.
Yeah, it's just going to be like a section.
Just
so it's 11 fire damage.
Perfect.
If I remember correctly, that spell means it automatically takes the 5 fire or the 11 fire damage, and then the Constitution save is to let go.
yes.
Oh.
Until the spell ends, you can use a bonus action on each of your subsequent turns to cause damage again. Teach for you must succeed a Constitution saving throw or drop the object. Yep. If it doesn't drop the object.
Drop it, Fido.
So
All right,
he didn't drop it.
So one of its tentacles just lets loose, and it recoils back, and you can see it like shaking in the
Cool.
water. So it just currently has one more stuck underneath the boat. Currently like kind of suckered to it. All right, Heavy Neck, you're up.
All right, can I swim to the nearest post, take my hook, wrap it around it, and then tie it off so that I'm not going anywhere?
Good idea.
And then does that take an action to do that?
So, what specifically are you trying to do?
I'm swimming over to one of the posts,
One of the
like
okay.
the masts, so that I can wrap my hook around it because it's on a belt that's attached to my winch, so I can like be anchored to the mast and then like run out and like slash at it and not get like thrown off into the
Okay.
fucking ocean.
I'll give you two options. Either you can attempt to like use an attack to throw the hook, and you have to essentially like beat a 15 to like hook yourself to it, and then you can use the rest of your turn, or you can spend your whole turn or your whole action just making sure you're secure. But that'll be your whole action. So I'll give you either one depending on what you
I'm gonna
want.
use my whole action to make sure.
Okay. Yeah,
Good
yeah.
choice.
You can very clearly go over, hook yourself in, and then get ready to go.
Yeah, and then what I'll do with that is I'll swing around opposite so that like if I can see where the eyes are, I want to break line of vision and try and use my bonus action to hide.
Okay. Yeah, make a stealth check.
Jesus.
Oh man.
My minimum is 27.
Yikes. That's insane.
Oh, by the way, when Heavy Neck walked out of the captain's quarter, he was actually looking a little bit buffer than usual. Because he has leveled up a few times.
Oh, you know what? I didn't check.
And then that's
Yeah,
why
you should check it, brother.
All right. Finn, you're up.
All right. What is Finn gonna do? Finn is going to do another frostball.
All right.
Ooh, you're giving him blue balls.
So I think like when Finn does a frostball, it's like it looks like a fireball, except it goes out in, a whatever radius or a 20-foot radius of uh like an aurora kind of light almost, and it just like spins around really fast and like flash freezes anything around it
Okay.
for like just that moment.
And subpar fish.
If there were any fish near here, they'd probably be fucked, but
Yeah, true.
conveniently.
I'm just imagining one of those stupid anglerfish with the ugly face, just like now frozen.
Damn. All right.
Take that 35 cold damage.
All right. At the end of your turn, it's gonna whip back out towards Sheila, and it's gonna attempt to hit you again, Sheila. Oh my god. It's 11 to hit.
Yes.
This is the most unthreatening juvenile kraken you guys have ever experienced.
Super juvenile.
Sheila, you're
Yes.
up.
Sheila's just like gonna float off of her back from missing the tentacle. And just look at the other tentacle she's been hacking at, and she's just gonna like look over her shoulder and be like, "What?" and then just keep going.
Okay, perfect.
This is a 19 hit.
That does hit. Oh, you've been reckless. Fuck, I should have had advantage on you. Well, next one.
Oh shit!
I always forget too.
Fuck, I should probably call that out. I
No,
don't
that's-
remember half the time.
That's on me. That's not on you.
No, make it on him.
Yeah, I put it on me because I'll actually remember to call it out. I'm a rule guy. Okay, so then the other attack, boom, 21. Does that hit?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, boom for 35 damage.
Get it, girl.
All right. Now, with advantage, it's going to attempt to strike you again with its tentacle.
Let's do it.
Of course, I have
Oh.
advantage, then it doesn't matter this time. So,
Ooh.
you take uh, whatever that ends up being.
26.
Thank you. 26 damage, and I need you to make a DC 20.
You're saying 26 straight, right? Before I cut it in half.
Yes, 26 straight. Um, actually, and then you are currently grappled. So as it strikes into you and like wraps around you, it just like grabs hold. And you're like you feel this huge tentacle wrap around your body, and you're now currently restrained.
Since Sheila has water breathing, she's actually gonna like gasp underwater when she gets hit,
It's
and then get grappled.
it's a weird sensation breathing water too. Never mind
Yeah.
sucking it in quickly. And as you're grappled, it's going to then um, pull you in
Oh no.
and attempt to bite and swallow you. So
Sheila.
first one and then advantage. So 31.
Yes.
All
Mm-hmm.
right. So you're hacking away, and then all of a sudden this thing just finally makes contact with you and then pulls you in, and just like you watch as its big meaty, big, uh, it's like a beak. Its big beak
Mm-hmm.
just opens up and swallows you whole, like crushing you as you go. Um, you are now blinded and restrained, and you're like in its esophagus, slowly being like sucked down it. Um, yeah,
Haze.
and that's the Kraken's turn.
So, what's the recourse for this?
So you are now in it. Um, it you can attempt to get out of it. You think you're not exactly sure how, but you know, like you're not just dead. You're still alive. You're still fighting. It's not like it's fully dissolved you yet, but yeah, you're kind of just stuck at the moment.
Okay,
What?
I
uh,
could go from there.
Knockdown, you're up.
So am I able to tell where the remaining tentacle is?
You assume it's somewhere on the bottom side of the ship. Uh, I'd say give me. I'd say you could probably kind of guess where it is. So you could probably try and like calculate, all right, it's probably around here. So yeah, I'd say you get down to the bottom of the ship and you have a pretty good idea of like where about it is.
Okay,
You
I'm
also
actually
might see
going.
it's like a little indented wherever the crack, like it's been squeezing.
Right, that makes sense. Yeah, I'm actually going to second, I'm trying to find the spell because I haven't cast it before. Hold on. What? Why isn't it here? Sorry, give me 1 second.
You're good.
Oh, interesting.
Oh
That's
my
weird.
god, we left Zilch up there.
For some reason,
Oh no!
Zilch is at the Sunstones.
Oh nice.
Zilch said, fuck that, goodbye.
okay, I can't actually cast that right now. Okay, so I'm just gonna. I'm going to go to the rear of the ship, where I know that I have some machinery, and now that I think that there's only one tentacle currently grasping it, I'm going to prepare to create water into one of the pressure tanks that I've designed
Okay.
to attempt to sink faster.
Okay. All right.
I'm going to prepare it, but I'm not going to do it yet
All right. Perfect.
because I'm going to call out and say, someone make sure that the other two are attached to the ship. And 12 will continue sort of just like scuttling around doing his thing.
They're not attached to the ship.
One or both.
Well, it swallowed Sheila.
That is problematic.
Yep.
To say the least.
I'm going to say, I don't want to use it yet, but I'm going to say perhaps someone should go get the the, the phallus gun.
Oh, you fixed it.
You just say the harpoon gun.
Yes, it is in my quarters.
You have quarters?
Yeah, wait. We gave you quarters.
He actually built it in when he was
It's below
rebuilding
deck.
the ship.
There's like a little shanty.
Part of what you were building, you just built yourself a room.
Yeah, actually though.
All right.
That's that's my plan.
Perfect. Heavy Neck, you watch as Sheila gets swallowed whole.
All right, cool. I'm going to swim around with my dagger, scimitar, and then kick off. And I'm gonna try and I know I can't use this. I can't stab with the scimitar, so it's gonna be disadvantage. But the first one with the dagger is gonna be with advantage because it's piercing.
Okay.
So that's 26.
So are you saying you have advantage because of being hidden?
Yeah.
So as you come like creeping out, you realize that this thing had its eye on you the entire time. It has true sight.
Okay, so then 26.
Yeah. So you still hit, but you are not hidden.
Okay. Shit. Is Sheila within 5 feet of me?
It's hard to tell. I'd say no. I'd say no. She's probably further away.
39 points of piercing damage from my dagger.
'Cause
And then I'm gonna and I want to actually just kind of leave the dagger in. I'm not gonna pull it out to try and stay on the tentacle.
okay.
So I'm aiming for the tentacle that's still attached.
Yeah,
I'm
well,
not-
so I assume you guys are on the top. The tentacle that's still attached is below, but there are two. There's the tentacle that was attached that's currently popped off, and then another one that was searching. So there are tentacles near
Okay,
you.
sorry, I misunderstood. If the closest thing is the mouth and Sheila and the eyes, I'm gonna go straight for the eyes then. Fuck it.
Okay.
See it eat Sheila. 39 points of piercing damage, and then I'm going to come around with my scimitar. 26
That hits.
for another 8 slashing.
Damn. Guys are doing work. So
And
at the end of your turn, it's going to you're gonna see it kind of see you coming at it and stab at it to hold on to it, and kind of it's gonna actually let go or you're gonna feel the ship shake a little bit, and it's gonna feel like it's probably letting go, and then it's gonna let go this uh bigger cloud of ink in the area, so it just gets basically impossible to see. Um, so everything is heavily obscured. That ends its turn. Okay, so this happens after your turn ends, so you're good for now. But you kind of you start breathing it in, and it's like you're coughing a little bit based on this heavy ink in the close area. But yeah,
it tastes delicious too.
it's disgusting. So that's the end of your turn. But it is now heavily obscured all the way around this thing.
Great.
Finn, you're up.
I'm gonna go get Moby's dick.
Okay.
Is it within my speed to get it?
Sure. Yeah, I'm not gonna
Okay.
you go grab it, get back up. So the tricky part is you are currently inside the ship. And you can't really fire it through.
Yeah.
I do, however.
I'm aware.
Okay.
I do, however, have a bonus action that I can use Misty Step.
Okay, fair. Touche. I forget you can bounce all over the place.
I'm gonna Misty Step myself. I'm gonna grab it. I'm gonna be like, All right, here goes nothing. Misty step myself outside, and then I'm just gonna fucking go for it. I don't know what the
It's a plus. It's a magical weapon, but it's a +1 to hit
strength or dex.
strength.
Oh
It's a
boy.
heavy fucking piece of
I was
machine.
gonna say.
It's at least 20 pounds.
All right, so it's gonna be a straight roll then.
Let's do it.
I think, right? Oh
boy.
no, because I'm not proficient in it, so my strength is a -1, so straight roll.
Here we go.
So
Oh,
the best part is not only do you miss, but as you shoot this, like in the water, you just get rocketed in the opposite direction.
Yeah.
I mean, like you're still like you shoot it into the darkness and you assume it didn't hit because you're not sure, but you're just like, "Ah!"
Fuck!
God.
Yeah. You eventually slow down because friction and stuff or whatever. But yeah. uh,
That was a good turn.
As he just like Misty steps out, I see him just like disappear from the deck, and I go, "That was."
uh, Sheila, you're up. So you're currently blinded and restrained, but you are.
But I can definitely hear then.
Yeah, you hear shouting and whatnot on the outside. I will say, let's see. Let's see. It takes. Okay, it's on the Kraken's turn. Okay, so yeah, you can like you can attempt to. So restrained means. I'll describe what restrained means, so you have a kind of an idea of what you can do while inside this thing. So you have 0 speed, so you can't move, but you have disadvantage on attack rolls and disadvantage on dexterity saving throws. But otherwise, you can do whatever you want.
We'll make a disadvantaged attack roll.
Perfect. And you can
YOLO.
still like even it out with your rage.
Oh, so I can like just go straight then.
Yeah.
With reckless.
not raging
Cool.
inside this dude's mouth.
I am raging. I just didn't. Yeah. Boom. 15 doesn't hit.
You just can't quite like you're trying to stab with it and it's too tight and you can't really get like a good thrust. Go ahead, you can give it another shot.
Sorry, she
Boom. There's a 30 fucking one hit.
That hits. You like this time you like really like rage into it and just like "Ugh!" and you feel it like tear into the esophagus of this creature. Go ahead. Roll
All
damage.
while like esophagus, blood, and just she's just getting destroyed right now with gross stuff.
Yep.
15 damage.
So you do some damage. You feel it kind of like it feels kind of like it like girds like regrets eating you for like half a second and then like continues to try and like swallow you. Um, do you have anything else you want to do on your turn?
That's what every guy
Okay.
says about Sheila.
Uh, uh, on its turn, so you're gonna take Why can't I just hit that button? Okay.
How much does it take to get this thing to throw up?
A lot. Sheila could probably do it if she hit with both strikes. I'll say that much.
Sheila,
Ah,
be better.
So
Okay.
as you're being swallowed, like it like lets loose this like acidic bile, and you take 26 points of acid damage, acid damage. And then now being outside of this area, it's gonna actually just take a swipe towards you, Heavy Neck.
All right, that's fine.
That's an 18 to hit.
That just hits.
All right, so that is. So you take 22 bludgeoning damage, and you are grappled.
I'm gonna reflect that back with my reaction.
Me.
Oh shit,
You're
never mind.
blinded,
I can't see
unfortunately.
you. Ah,
All you can see is like
sorry.
fleshy material right in front of your face.
I have 155 hit points.
So it hits you, grapples you, and attempts to pull you, but you're tied to the ship, so the whole ship lurches.
Ah,
And as that happens, it like lets go and then swings again at you to try and like knock you off, essentially. 29 to hit.
that will hit.
You take 14 damage, and it tries again to like pull you off, but you're again just like the chain tightens and it just can't get you off, and then it just kind of like decides like, all right, fuck this, and it starts swimming away, and it just takes off like 50 feet away from the boat. So go.
We're still in like this big ass black ink cloud.
Yeah. So it's your turn, right? Each creature other than the Kraken that ends its turn here. Oh yeah. So if you end your turn there in the next round, um, it will attempt to poison you. So yeah, it goes 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35.
Can we see the Kraken still, or is it gone from
Um,
vision?
it's out of your vision currently, as you guys can only see maybe a few feet in front of your face because of the ink cloud it let loose. But it is sort of that the heavier ink cloud is starting to dissipate. And actually, as it as the Kraken kind of finishes its turn, that initial ink cloud, the darker ink cloud, dissipates. But you just see like the last bits of the tentacles through the lesser inky cloud. Man, that's so confusing. You can still see it, but probably by the next turn you won't be able to if you don't keep up with it.
Okay.
And it is now Nocton's turn. So Nocton, you feel the ship lurch and just kind of like release from wherever it, like whatever was holding it, and it is currently like bobbing a little bit.
Okay, so I'm aware that there is nothing holding the ship any longer.
Yes. Yep.
Okay. I'm gonna sort of drop my preparation and say to Etrian and what's her face, see if you can create a current around the ship to clear the ink. I'm going to go out and see if they require assistance.
Okay.
And I'm gonna run out, cycle the airlock, and go outside and look around. I don't think I'll have any movement after that, though.
Yeah, you kind of just get out and you see maybe the last little tentacle kind of like off in the distance. All right, Heavy Neck. You're currently latched to the ship, so
All right.
I'll give you a free action if you want to like do a like wiggle with it and it just unlatches.
Yeah, I want to see if I can do that, and then I want to look at Finn and go, Finn, let's go. You can pick a direction, right?
I got this thing. Should I just drop it?
No.
Uh, fuck. No, you should not drop that. What? I don't know what to do with it. Take it with us.
Well, I gotta reel the thing in.
Do you?
It's magic. It's a
No,
magical rope.
it takes an entire action to reel it in.
Nice.
I built in an asshole feature. It hits for plus 50 though.
If it did hit, it probably would have killed it.
It would have been great.
I mean, you guys had hacked and slashed the shit out of this thing, and there's not only is there the inky cloud, but there's a big blood trail that's currently following this thing.
Well, I can give this to Nocton, and then we can just fucking go.
Yeah, that's the plan. We're getting it back.
Are we teamwork in this?
Yeah, we're securing that.
Okay. So
was
I'll
gonna-
say you can kind of like just kind of like lob the thing towards Heavy Neck, and then
Yeah, I'm gonna
Or
lob it towards
towards-
Nocton
yeah.
as he like comes out the hatch. I'm gonna be like, here you go.
Heavy Neck, are you just holding your action till Finn goes?
Yeah, so I'm gonna hold my action to once we teleport wherever. If I can, I'm gonna try and use the hook to latch onto the Kraken.
Okay, perfect.
All right, I'm gonna swim right up to Heavy Neck, and I'm just gonna be like, where? How far?
And I'll point to the best of my ability where like the trail is leading off. And I'll say, I don't know, 70 feet, 80 feet.
And I am going to fuck, what's quiet? I'm gonna frosty step.
Perfect.
Little like ice cubes that float to the top.
Yeah.
Yeah, just the circle around you freezes, and you guys disappear and show up. Uh, you actually show up kind of in front of. I keep having to move everything in the opposite direction. You guys kind of show up in front of the creature by like 20 feet. Um, but it is currently moving towards you.
All right. I would like to use or it does Heavy Neck go first?
So it's heavy next turn. You have your held action. You
Okay.
didn't land right on top of it.
Okay, so I'm gonna assume this is like a massive disadvantage because I'm trying to throw something in water. 16.
So that hits.
No shit.
It
All right,
just
so I'll
hits.
say it barely gets on where like the hook digs into one of like right above where like it starts to have like the barbs.
Hmm.
And yeah, I guess that's my action. That's it.
Perfect. So you hook on and Finn. Do you want to do anything else with your bonus action?
Yes, I would like to. Do, 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 do. I'm gonna ether. I'm gonna give it 3 ether blasts.
Okay.
Oh, we should. Oh no, I was gonna say we'll cast a light on it so that it then is illuminated so somebody big hits it.
All three of those hit. So 3, 6, 10.
10.
Shoot, why'd you have to be in it?
uh, all right. So it is going to. I can't really do anything at the moment as a legendary. So Sheila, you're up.
Sheila's gonna hear all the action happening around her on this thing, and she's gonna grit down even more and recklessly attack for this.
Yo,
Perfect.
my hook would have added 7 slashing.
28
28
and
hits.
okay, bam, that's 16 damage. 16,
That just hits.
boom, for 16, 32 points of damage.
You're 3 points away from being ejected.
Oh,
uh, but that being said, plus. So you guys are watching this thing coming towards you, and you can see it's like coughing up blood almost as it's moving. Um, it's not looking very hot. Uh, do I guess that's all you can really do, Sheila. So as it's gonna keep moving, and it's gonna see the two of you as it gets basically right onto you, and it's going to attempt to not open that. Yeah, I think it's just gonna attempt to strike out towards the two of you, one at each. So that one's at Finn, and this one's at Heavy Neck. All right, so Heavy Neck, as it moves, you shift and kind of like your chain pulls you out of the way. Finn does a 20 hit.
Nope.
So as the shield pops up, it like whips out at the two of you, and then just kind of like it keeps trying to move through you. But it just basically ends up landing you guys on the other side of it, and Heavy Neck, you're still attached. So,
Yeah. Woo! Rodeo this bitch.
uh, ooh, shit, Knockdown, you're up.
Okay, so I'm immediately going to attempt to catch Moby's dick.
Okay, I'll say it's easy enough for you to like kind of just scoop it up.
And how far away are they exactly? Is this to scale?
It's close, so they are about. Here, let me.
Oh gosh.
That should be about to scale. They should be 100 feet away from the ship at this point.
What's the
So
range of Moby's dick again?
Disadvantage 300.
You gotta wind it back up though.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
It's actually
Or
I'm running out of map.
Okay. Um, I'm going to uh look at them, look at
sorry.
the state that the Kraken is in, and go back inside the ship.
Perfect.
After I wind up Moby's dick and I just bring it inside.
Okay.
And as I get inside, I say, "Prepare to descend as soon as they return."
Perfect. Okay. Heavyneck, you're up.
All right, now that I'm attached, I am just going to stab it again.
Perfect.
So Wackish audacity. The
That hits.
I was scrolling up 18.
Yep.
Cool. Then oh boo 28. So both hit.
Okay.
Boo, 28.
Oh man, darn.
Crit, come on. Yeah. Okay. So that's 34 plus 7. So 41 points of piercing, sneak attack, and slashing.
How would you like to do this?
Oh yes. I'd like to I want to work the same area, so I want to stab in with my dagger and then like zip it straight up so there's a big section. And then I want to angrily take all of my frustration that I wanted to take out on Dr. Gleam's fucking face into this fucking thing's tentacle. And then like soon as it starts to like wander a little bit, I just want to rip it up and then stab it in the eye. And that's it.
As you finish that off, you feel the whole thing go limp. And Sheila, for you, you feel this like, as it's like, uh, you feel all of the like crunching and stuff that was happening on your body just kind of like lets loose, and you're able to just squirm out of it as you like kind of eject yourself from its mouth, and you all watch as it just starts like slowly falling down into the deeper into
Get
the
back to the
depths.
ship. Get back to the ship now.
Sheila's gonna be floating in the water, just kind of like getting her shit together since she was just eaten, and looked at Heavy Neck, who's just clearly fucked this thing up, fist bump, and then she's gonna start swimming off to the ship.
Perfect. uh, so you guys are all able to swim and make yourselves back to the ship and get the ship moving again, and you find yourselves back in motion. Uh,
Sheila, I mean, normally charging in there was a good idea, but maybe we rethink our strategy now that we're in the water.
That was like a little close. I
A
think
little.
it was a little close.
We're 6 seconds away from not being here anymore.
Yeah, that was just like a little close.
Come on,
No big thing for big girl.
we can't lose you. So, come on, let's be a little smaller.
Okay, you got me. I'll
Sorry.
tie myself down.
Yeah, I fucked that thing up though.
Yeah,
Feels so good to be back.
I didn't see what was happening, but it sounded terrible.
Yeah, no, I stabbed it and then I like really ripped into it and then I got it right in the eye. It was great.
Oh, so that's what kind of poked me in the ass at the end, huh?
Think so.
So your stupid harpoon is fucking broken. That's bullshit.
How's it broken? It's
I
not
believe that it
harpoon.
may be something that only Sheila should wield.
Well, it doesn't aim right. It's like I went to try and aim it, and it just went like what the fuck is the point of something like that?
Maybe it just takes some practice to get used to.
Yeah, or maybe like just fucking throw a fireball. Like what the
Perhaps I
fuck?
will mount it to the ship.
Yeah, that might be a good idea. Because what if you made it like so we could swivel it around and then
Mount a sight on it.
that would be cool.
That could be arranged. However, I would need some glass dome.
Well,
I
no,
will think on this. We will make this happen.
we could be breathing water because of Etrian magic, so we don't have to have a dome on that technically.
Also, question. Nocton, what is that thing that keeps rolling around up on the rafters and trying to fix shit?
Oh, that's 12.
Why?
What is it?
That is 12.
Oh,
cool.
Finn, why did you mention that?
Everything you make, it's creepier than the last thing.
Do you
I,
do it
I
on
aim to
purpose?
please.
No, you don't. I think that's quite the opposite of aiming to please.
You just want me to have nightmares. You want to terrify me in my sleep.
Okay, Nocton, that is unappreciated.
I can prevent him from repairing the ship if that's what you would
No,
prefer.
no, just make it less creepy.
I'm not sure I know how, but I will do my best.
Give him a smile.
No, that's made me creepier.
Understood. I will do that with number 13.
Oh god. Oh yeah, cool. They're 13.
Maybe skip 13, go right to 14.
Yeah, isn't 13 11?
No, 13's gonna be the one that stays.
Yeah.
Is 13 some sort of superstitious icon in
Not a lucky
these
number.
worlds?
I've heard such things.
I see.
Yeah.
Well, I am not superstitious, so I will not skip 13.
Excellent, of course. This will be the death of us. It'll be fine.
Yeah, so Sheila, why don't you get acquainted with Moby's dick, and then so that in case that happens again, you'll be ready.
I'm ready to take charge and ride along.
Good. I need a drink.
So you guys, as the ship starts moving back in the direction where it was going,
Wherever that's supposed to be.
wherever that's supposed to be,
I believe it's down.
I mean, one of the reasons Phantasma has been less kind of active is she's been very much working on moving the ship and making sure you guys continue in the right direction. So
Okay, so she's like outside doing like the whole like control water to keep us in. Okay, that's cool.
yeah, hopping in and out and like kind of yeah.
Right.
So
Gotta love her.
you guys are moving in the right direction, and it just you're kind of like you kind of skid down the first half of it, but now you're taking a little bit more of a like lifted approach after the kind of what you've experienced.
Also, I didn't note before, the limited navigation we do have is doable from inside the ship. There are 2 sections where there's essentially water that they can control through sort of pipes to make the ship move in different directions.
Guys, we are missing the opportunity here. We have 2 druids. What if we just have them wild shape into like, I don't know, a whale, and then they could just like get them strapped up and they just hold the boat.
I've
You-
always
you
wanted to
see a
be on a
very
whale buggy.
You see a very slight emotion like flicker across
We do that.
Nocton's face. His shoulders just kind of like droop a little bit and go like, that is
That could be propulsion.
a good idea. Well, like you can see I'm like a tiny bit deflated.
Now I wonder, since the 2 of them are friends, will they be able to pull us twice as fast?
That I have heard before.
It's only if they're seahorses.
Yeah, Etrian, can you maybe like run that past Phantasma the next time y'all out there? Like maybe schmooze it in and be like, hey, by the way, what if we just like strap you to the boat? Not maybe they maybe be a little more eloquent about it, but yeah, that.
Maybe have someone else come with Nocton and explain this.
Actually, I think Nocton should do this the speaking.
Yeah.
Nocton is the face of the party.
He is true. Like that, and what are we at? 12?
12, yes.
Yeah.
I suppose I could affix an anchor point to the front of the vessel if this is more expeditious.
Well, yeah, because then they could just. I mean, it'll be short bursts, but at least we'll have some more control.
Is this the wish of the entire party? I will speak to them now.
So yeah, as you guys kind of do that, you see as Phantasma and Etrian are kind of like making their round back into the ship and kind of walk by the group of you and kind of like look twice towards you and are like, wait, you guys looking like that?
It seems to be a consensus that the crew desires to turn you into sort of draft animals if you are willing.
Give me
That's exactly how I was going to phrase it, actually.
give me a
Thank you.
persuasion check with advantage.
Draft animals.
Me? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's not gonna go for. Oh, what?
There we go. Look at him.
And I sort of add on. I say, well,
Somehow
well,
he's
it was not the original intention. It may result in a faster arrival at the destination.
And Phantasma, you think about it, you're not using your spells. It's more just, I mean, I've heard from Metrian that it's easier to wild shape than it is to cast spells.
Yeah, that is a good point. And I mean, it would prevent the spell usage, which would be kind of nice if we need them later.
Yeah, in case, like Sheila gets eaten.
And who doesn't like feeling like a draft animal sometimes? Ride along.
I mean, I feel like it might be a little bit slower, but yeah, it would be more consistent. So, all right,
I
can
mean,
do.
we could take turns as well if you want to turn one of us into a draft animal.
Yeah, I'm into it.
Her eyes lit
Yeah.
up a little bit more at the thought of that. She's like, I like where this is going. Uh, so yeah, so uh, Nocton, give me a just because you're attempting to do it underwater, give me a tinkering check, engineering check. I don't know.
If he's gonna go do this, can I attempt to help him since I am also a tinkerer?
Yeah. So the two of you kind of leave the ship and attempt to start. Yeah. So easy enough. Maybe you had a thought of doing this at one point, and then were like, no.
I didn't have the animals.
Nocturne just spent so much time like
So you see me go below deck and hear just like some like crashing noises as I just like dig through piles of scrap steel.
Oh, I thought you were just
Um,
throwing shit.
Well, you guys don't know whether I'm
It's a
throwing.
temporary fix. We're not gonna keep it there. Let's just get down there, right?
I'm just like I just come back up, just deadpan as usual, and I say, I have found some anchor points. Give me an hour, and I'll go outside with 12 and go to work.
Yeah. Heavy Neck will join.
And as I leave, I say, someone should design a harness. I will be busy.
I'll get the hottest.
Okay. So you guys
Beauty.
draft up everything you need and are able to strap a giant whale to the front of your ship.
We're completely out of rope.
Now you're out of
Now.
rope. Yeah. After that, you guys have used up all of the rope.
I think that in order to do this, we would have to destroy what was remaining of the wrapped up sails, use that rope and that fabric in order to make the harnesses. But I think it could be done.
Yeah, no, we could do that.
There's a lot of pilfering from like Peter to pay Paul in this endeavor.
Oh yeah, but dude, if you haven't looked at the slippery bosom in a while, like it's got panels that have been replaced, like some
Removed. There's holes in the floor.
there are parts where it's just tar. There's no wood. It's not the cleanest looking ship.
Is the teleportation circle still there?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
All the important parts are intact.
Look, I can't stress enough how barely this ship works.
Especially now.
It is no longer a ship, Heavy Neck.
No, it's a submersible.
Thank you.
Blow it up.
So the draft whales start pulling the ship, and while it feels like it's a little bit slower, it's much more consistent. So and it's a lot less abuse on the spellcasters, so they are able to, and you take turns and kind of progress for a few hours, and then you kind of get to this point where all of you start feeling like a chill, and even like um at this point Phantasma kind of like pulls the straps in and kind of like reappears back in the boat and just shivering violently, and is just like, I I need a quick break, and kind of like it goes down into the thing, and you guys, as you start looking out the portholes, you notice that for some reason you guys are entering like a lot of the area where you are currently is just like you see like frozen ice chunks, and it just keeps getting colder and colder through this area. So
This may have been ill-advised.
um,
Are we going in the right direction?
you just hear like a faint yes as, as Fantasia goes downstairs towards what you assume is the like stove slash kitchen. And it's it's interesting because you guys were moving, and it's not like it like you'd expect if you guys are like descending and it was gonna get cooler kind of gradually, you'd kind of notice that, but like, and it has been a little bit, but nothing to a point where you're like, oh man, this is brutal. But like, you haven't experienced any sort of like ice chunks or anything like this, and you feel like one bang off the side of the boat, uh, and I want everyone to make a Constitution saving throw as it's starting to get very cold very quickly. Um,
Yes. 6.
Oh, I don't. I have resistance to cold. I don't even need to worry.
so you're good, Sheila. You're just like it's a nice day. Uh,
Is everyone feeling
Nice
good?
math.
anyone below a 15 takes 5 points of cold damage. Uh, and the ship is kind of like you're watching as it's like frosting up all the portholes, and um, a lot of the areas are starting. It's starting to like. It's not getting to a point where you're like frozen solid, but the ship is slowing, and you're seeing. The best way I can describe it is like almost like going through a meteor field. So you're starting to see more ice chunks appear, and they're starting to be bigger and bigger. Um, and like Fantasia. Even these damn names, AJ.
Phantasma.
Phantasma. It's really just me. I suck at this. Phantasma comes up and is just like, this is, I've heard of this, but I haven't experienced it. I think this is a cold pocket. We might be near some sort of planar tear or something.
Oh no.
We are headed in the right direction, and this is the fastest way. I guess we could turn back, but that would add a lot of time to try and avoid this, and I don't know how big it is, or if we can figure out a way through this. And she just starts kind of like scratching her head, like,
I can't fart. I'm totally useless.
Would it help if I just shoot some fucking fireballs at this shit? Like, get it out of our way?
I mean, it
No,
couldn't hurt.
I only have so many left, but I mean. Where the fuck is Magma? He could be doing this too.
is there, can we go? I almost just went like heat metal is probably our best bet, but I don't know if that's going to do more harm than good.
If everyone give me another Constitution save.
No, 'cause Sheila will be going
Everyone?
below decks and
Everyone, yeah.
reissuing
It is like
everyone's heavy jackets.
it is frigid. It is frigid,
Okay.
and you guys are like putting on jackets and you're turning up stoves and trying to like heat the interior of the ship, but it's just like the cold is permeating very aggressively through this area. So anyone below a 15 takes 7 damage.
Okay. I'm going to say. Sorry, my roll 20 just crashed. Give me a second.
That's okay.
I'm gonna say the hydraulic oil and the water in these pressure lines can, in theory, be heated up to a certain point. Should we? And it seems that that may be required, as I am getting quite uncomfortable myself.
I mean,
Can-
should we just save all of the components and get out of here and save the ship and not risk going further?
Can you turn me into a creature that can pull the ship that is resistant to cold?
How much further did we say we need to go?
Oh, we
She
have
said-
at least a few more days.
Oh, gee, let's turn around then. Jesus.
Yeah, let's just add a few more because I don't want to risk like any of that shit that you were talking about, Magmore.
Okay.
That's my
So
What
through some casting of spells and whatnot, rather than risking putting anyone outside of the ship at this point, you guys are able to turn the ship around and use controlling water to kind of like push the ship back out. And you kind of, as you start like moving your way back out of it, like you can see even just getting into like the slightly warmer temperature of the sea, it starts like everything starts kind of like cool, like warming up, and you guys stop feeling so frigid, and like all of the like liquid that maybe was getting a little dangerously frozen starts warming back up. Um, and it takes you, so you end up taking the rest of the day to essentially just loop around this like area, and you kind of are able to kind of skirt around it once you realize where it is, but it ends up taking you a lot of time up and over essentially, and like sort of the end of the day you realize you're kind of getting to what you assume to be the top of it, but you realize you're very much in the open sea, as opposed to kind of like skirting along this mountain range. Um, but yeah.
Now, Phantasma, back up just a bit to what you were talking about before. You said a planeteer. Which plane would that be?
So there's rumor
Like,
that where I've never been there myself, but there's rumor that where the water plane and the airplane meet, it is, some call it the ice plane, but there's no ice plane, but it has that sort of effect of, the two moving currents heavily affecting and cooling, and if there is a planar location, like a jump or a tear to the water plane near that to our material plane, then it could theoretically influence it with that cold. Or maybe there's some creature down there that is really, really likes the cold and is turning it like, it could
Right.
be a
Fuck that.
white
yeah,
dragon.
so
I
all
don't know.
those
Who knows?
Fuck all of that. So we made the right choice.
uh, so
not
yes.
not risking the ship, not when we're doing something this risky.
Not risking the ship. Let's continue the riskiness.
Well,
Speaking
I mean, we're gonna be
speak
as risky as possible.
speaking of risky, have we repaired the ship efficiently yet?
I don't know, Nocton. Have we?
I believe that this ship is sufficiently watertight.
Um, I would say between you guys kind of all running around it and 12 constantly doing fixes and whatnot, the ship is back to fully repaired. However, I would say you guys are realizing that like it's constantly taxing the material stores you have to keep repairing the ship and whatnot, and
Obviously.
eventually you're not there yet, but eventually it might get to a point where you're out of things to fix it. Uh,
How about how much for how many more days do you think we could sustain this kind of travel?
so Phantasma originally said it should be a 5-day trip, so I would say you probably planned for 5 days worth of repairs. Maybe not realizing how aggressive this would have been, but it's pretty close. So now that you've kind of added a day to it, you're at that point where any more days you add are going to start taxing more and more of the supplies,
Okay,
and you're going to start
so
getting into this kind of like fine line of,
now we're at time. I got you.
you're kind of like a negative day. But I mean, theoretically, you could have a smooth sailing day and be fine and not like there's not a guarantee. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say if our best friend whales can sleep together and then maybe get some more time made up.
uh,
So can we convince our friends back on land to perhaps gather some supplies for us, and I could swing back and grab them and bring them back?
Uh, fuck. I mean, I can't. Phantasma, can you?
I mean, I could message them. I know they're currently busy trying to get the rest of the crews ready. Um, I
Right. All
I
right. Never mind.
I assume they're kind of actually probably out on the open ocean at the moment.
Well, hopefully we'll be fine.
What if you what about Loratus?
Uh,
I don't know him
what,
very well.
What about okay, now it's kind of morbid. Aspire,
I mean, that's a lot of wood
a lot
and
of wood.
stone. Wood and stone, which that's not what we need.
We need, or we do we need metal?
I think we need metal.
Oh, okay. I thought we were chewing through wood.
No,
Okay.
it's the metal supplies for like the outer coating. That seems to be what's taking most of the abuse is the like hull.
Go Xander's lab.
Is there an armory somewhere that
Hmm.
I could just take a bunch of shit back?
Even with all the like random stores of metal that I had them steal, we're still running out. I guess yeah, I had to build a whole ship. Good point.
You were
Uh,
pulling
I guess I don't need to
nails
say-
out of the floorboards.
yeah, fair enough.
We're lucky it actually has like hydraulic tubing.
um,
You guys are good now. The ship isn't back into like
tip top
tip,
shape.
tip top shape. Back to where you had originally wanted it for when you sailed. And I'd
Okay.
say you guys hit a point where like the day is coming to an end, and we can kind of let you guys take a long rest as the ship kind of keeps moving, and we will pick back up because it is break time.
I'm gonna
Uh,
do it.
Time.
and we'll let you guys, yeah. So we will be
It
right
needed a
back.
break.
And we're back. And
Balls.
the audio's working. Look at that. All right, so our interpretive party of misfits, I don't know, is currently drifting their way towards the bottom of the ocean in a submersible. And they awake the next morning as the druids reshape into their whale creatures and start tugging the boat along. Um, Phantasma basically brings you guys back down, kind of once you've crested past this icy chunk of sea, essentially back down towards the bottom of or the bottom slope, whatever. This mountain range, essentially this underground mountain range, so that she can use the landmarks on that to continue navigating you guys in the right direction. And as you guys get down to the bottom, or down towards the bottom, you're probably keeping, I don't know, a couple 100 feet above, enough that you can see it, but are still not scraping across it. You start getting to this point where those of you who were paying attention a few days ago see more of these like little green things kind of like floating by the portholes. Um, and like one attaches to the ship, and you see Magmar go over and just blast it, and it disintegrates. And you guys are. It doesn't seem like there are enough of them to really cause you any hassle. Um, but they are kind of floating by, and then all of a sudden you see this uh, much larger, like almost ball of green, start kind of like rotating towards the ship, and I'll let you guys have at it.
Sheila, shoot that thing.
Okay.
This is good practice.
How do I shoot it?
I believe it's a trigger right on the handle.
All right.
Wait. You're gonna shoot that thing with the harpoon and then you're gonna pull it in to
No,
us?
I don't think it's like got a hard body.
I don't believe I had attached it to the ship yet.
No,
mean-
just shoots it.
Yeah,
And
Sheila's
then-
just holding it outside the boat.
I'll strap Sheila to the ship with my hook.
Okay.
Is it coming in like fast?
It's moving pretty quick. Like it's probably coming in like 60 feet per round, you'd say.
So very
Nocturne,
fast.
Nocturne, do you maybe want to do your thing? Maybe
Ogden, tell me where to shoot.
My thing. I am not sure what
The-
you're implying.
the thing you do where you move shit without touching it.
What are you asking me to move? I'm lost. Excuse. What's happening?
That green thing hurtling quickly towards us.
It's
You
like
want me to move the large green thing?
Can you
Yeah,
move
just
it away?
Make it move, change its.
It is currently too far away.
Okay.
it's like 60 feet away at this moment, Sheila.
Change its
All right.
trajectory.
Wait, it's
I'm
60
gonna
feet
do-
away? Hold on.
It is now. It's been like rocketing towards you guys.
Maybe,
You're all
maybe
just like
Once it's
pointing at
30
it.
feet away, I can only move it 30 feet.
maybe just alter its trajectory a bit.
All right. Well, I'll say, Sheila, it's within what you assume to be your range, and then depending on how that goes, Knockdown, I'll let you have at
I got something.
All right.
I want to throw a beat of force at it.
it. Okay.
All right.
That's after Sheila.
Okay.
All right.
Sheila, give me a shot with your.
I just realized I had it.
What is that? Just a straight D20?
Uh, it is plus your strength, so you're not proficient in this weapon, so
It's a
it's
plus
plus
one
5.
plus your strength.
So it'll be a plus 6. So D10 is plus 6.
Okay. 12. God damn it.
So you like line up and then you let loose, and as you do, the whole thing shifts you. You don't get launched off the ship because Heavy Neck's holding you, but it shifts you back really aggressively, and it kind of like veers the trajectory of the bolt off in the wrong direction, and it just kind of like
What the fuck?
um so now that missed, who is next?
Well,
Is
how
the
far away
initiative
is it?
counted the same, or are we re-rolling?
I'm gonna let this go because I'm gonna let you guys kind of do what you want. I guess Heavy Neck, do you throw your beat of force? Otherwise, Knockdown, you can try, and then depending on what happens there, we'll roll initiative.
Yeah, Himik's just gonna like seeing that Sheila flubbed this, is gonna pull his bead of force out, and it's like Sheila, hold on to my chain, and I'm gonna get as close as I can, like maybe like 10 feet, and then try and hit it.
Okay.
Not within melee. Actually, I'll get within 15, and then see if I can hit it.
So I'll say once it hits 30 feet, Knockdown, I'll let you have at it, and then if Heavy Neck, you're waiting until it's basically right on top of you.
How big is it?
It is like it would be considered large, so it's like 10 foot, but it's like a big 10-foot like circle. Like
Is this like an underwater gelatinous cube?
Seems like it.
Oh my god.
it's a weird thing. I don't even know how to describe it, but it is uh yep, it's currently so it hits about the 30-foot mark, knocked on if you want to try and do something to it.
Um,
Go knock them.
I mean, I
You also
can
don't have
try.
to.
Well, if it's large, I can only move it 30 feet. So our boat is currently 160 feet long. So regardless of how far I move it, it is likely going to hit. Unless I can push it down or up out of the way. So I'm gonna try and push it so that like direct it so that it goes sort of like under the ship.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna do like a Cyclops thing and be like and see if it moves.
Okay.
It technically it there's no it has to be willing in order to actually move. It doesn't say. Yeah, I don't know if I can unless if it's an object, I can just do it. If it's a creature, it has to be willing.
Or one willing creature other than yourself.
Yeah, no, I don't think that's gonna work. So instead, what I will do is so the Moby's dick was fired and it's like currently
It just totally, yeah. I
off
guess I won't say
somewhere.
totally missed. It was kind of close, but it still missed.
It's just off limp in the background.
Yeah.
How far away is the harpoon?
I'll say Heavy Neck at this point. You also now it is like right up on top of you guys at this point. So
I guess
Knockdown
like
maybe.
I don't really have time to do. I'm just gonna cast a chaos bolt at it.
Okay. So you cast Chaos Bolt at it. Heavy Neck, do you throw your bead at it?
Yeah.
All
Gonna
right.
beat that shit.
How does the bead of force work? Is there any specific stats to it, or is it? I assume it's to hit.
Hold on.
That's to hit, yes.
Up to 60 feet, 10-foot cube. It doesn't look like it has a size. So I guess it's just a d20 to try and hit it. Because I'm throwing it, or is it a save? No,
You
it's a
can use an
save.
action to throw it. Okay, it's a deck
Yeah,
save.
it's a deck save by your block.
All right, so your uh shot does hit, knocked on. And as it strikes into it, you watch as it just like it like pierces a hole into it. Actually, how much damage does it? Yeah, perfect.
So it does. I always have to look up what this does. Hold on. I know. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that. Chaos bolt, chaos bolt, chaos bolt. One. So I rolled a 2, 5, and a 3. So let's make it do cold damage.
All right, perfect.
So 10 cold.
giant green blob. So
Just draw a circle on it.
I was going to, but they're harder to move than an actual token. So
Oh, that's true.
oh, look at that. Perfect. I guess I can put it right back on the map.
It's a beholder.
It's
Yeah,
not
right.
actually a beholder.
Jeez,
I know. There's only so many choices in the free assets. So, uh, okay. So does hit 12. So as the two things strike into it, or what is it? 10 what? What is it? 10 and 12. So what does it do for damage, Nocton?
it does 10 cold damage. And I can do an additional I'll hit it with my psionic. An additional 6 damage of force damage on it.
Okay.
Eat it.
Okay. And then it needs to attempt to save from your ball. It fails miserably.
Suck it. So it is now completely enclosed in a transparent force ball.
So as you strike it with your attacks, Nocton, you watch as it's like it like shoots out like sprays of what you assume to be, based on your previous encounter, acid like shit. And then as it's like almost about to hit the ship, you encase it in this bead of force, and it just kind of like bounces off the ship. Uh, or does it? Maybe it does stop movement. Whatever. Yeah. So it just kind of bounces off the ship and then just kind of like floats off in the distance.
Yep. Lasts for a minute. Goodbye.
Uh, it's at that moment you kind of look over and you see like 6 more of these things coming at you guys, and I'm gonna need everyone to roll initiative.
Oh, come on.
You think this
Well-
is gonna be an easy journey?
Oh, guys, I've got 2 more of those. And I count.
Oh, wonderful. I rolled a 5 instead of a 4.
Well, you move it up. Oh, and see, look, I moved down. I only got a 22.
Someone reel in that stupid gun so I can do something with it.
Somebody
Oh,
redesign it so that it automatically comes back often.
hey, you just told me to fix it. You didn't tell me to change the design.
I figured you would probably take some liberty.
I was busy designing a submarine.
We'll never argue with you on that.
Never
By the way,
busy
I
to
have
back
an
talk.
AI generated image of the inside of the ship at the moment, so I'm gonna send it to you guys.
Cool.
I've been playing around with some of the AI generators. It's been fun.
Yeah, they aren't bad if you're looking for something quick.
I'll say these things are a little bit further away. Give you guys a chance. Yeah. So as these balls of green goop, there's only 6 of them, are currently rocketing towards the ship. Heavy Neck, you're up first.
All right, cool.
6 more beads of forest.
I hell yeah, 2 of them, but they seem pretty useful. So I'm going to, but I really want to say 1 just in case he's. So I'll use 1, and they go up to 60 feet. So I will hold it in my hand, waiting for them to get close enough to where I can use it. And then I will also swim over. We're inside, right? Or no,
You tell me how you guys are dealing with this thing. I assumed you'd gotten out of the ship to try and
yeah,
deal
okay,
with it.
cool. I just wanted to make sure because I just looked real fast. So yeah, I'm gonna go and get myself behind a mast, and I want to bonus action hide, and then can I hold my action to throw the bead of force when I get close?
Yes. Yep.
That's it.
Perfect. Sheila?
Um, I'm just gonna enter her into a rage. So angry that there's nothing that I really can do or want to do. It's my attack.
Oh, Jill's deaf.
What? Oh no.
Okay.
I'll try to open the chat without
My bad. I lost
Okay.
audio.
Not bad.
That's okay. You're back.
That's exactly what I was picturing. So
Okay, so Sheila, you moved forward, prepared something, raged.
Yep.
Cool. Alright. These things are just hurtling.
cool. Are these two different ones?
I think so.
5.
Oh, maybe I posted. Oh yeah, there's a couple.
Oh yeah, no, this is different. Oh, cool. Yeah. Neat.
5. Oh, you know what? I have an easier way of doing this. Wait. Alright, so they are basically right at the edge of the ship. They're like a second away from impacting.
Okay, so the first one will have to make a dex save.
Perfect. Mm-hmm.
Ooh, it succeeds. So then it just takes the force damage.
Okay.
Takes 11 force damage. That one's dead. I have one left that I'm not using.
uh, as the force like strikes into it, you watch as it like uh it just like it hits it and this like spray of acid just kind of like ejects from it in a 5 foot radius around it.
Cool.
Yeah. So did I just?
That was my held.
Okay, perfect. Finn, you are up.
All right. I'm gonna pop out the porthole, and I'm gonna do 6 ether blasts at the one that Heavy Neck just hit.
Okay. Boy.
Did any of those not hit? 21, 20, 21, 19, 30, 13.
The 13 misses.
Okay. So that is 5, so 14, 18, 24, 35 force damage.
So it just like a ton of these right like all hit it basically right at the same time, and you watch as it like lets loose more of this acidic spray, and it is like barely holding together at this point. It's starting to like kind of fall apart and whatnot. Um, it yeah, so it is not looking great.
All right, I'm gonna use my movement to back the fuck up.
Okay.
Which one did we hit? This one?
Yes.
Front boy?
Yeah.
Okay.
He is. All right. Cool. Up next we have Knocked On.
How much acid is on the outside of the ship at the moment?
None currently, though these things are getting close. You assume within the next round they'll probably end up smashing into it.
Okay, I'm going to call lightning
Ooh.
right about there. So Dexy. Oh, sorry, I can't do that. So it would hit 3 of them basically.
Cool.
If they
Where does it come from?
comes from the sky and from the ground because that's how lightning works.
So I will say, like, it doesn't do any damage to the rest of you, but all of the hairs on everyone else's like bodies stand on end as like the entire like area just gets electrified. But yeah,
It does say, oh wait, actually I might not be able to because it says target has to be a point in the air where a storm cloud could appear.
Yeah,
Oh, I missed that.
can't really do this
The
underwater.
spell fails if you can't see a point in the air where some. Never mind, I can't. I don't
That's
cast
so
that.
sick, though.
I missed that. It's pretty cool though. Sorry, it's a new spell.
no, it's
Forgive me.
okay. To be honest, I didn't notice it either until.
I am going to uh just like whip a a bolt or something that I have in my pocket. Just like attempt to throw it using conjure barrage. Now, admittedly, it will not move very quickly when it leaves my hand. However, it will duplicate and then move forward very quickly.
Perfect. 60-foot cone. Ooh, shit.
So that's actually way better.
That is really good.
So 60 feet is right out there. So I think I would hit these 3. The front, these guys. I wouldn't hit anyone past these guys. No, wait, is 60-foot cone as in 60-foot radius?
So it essentially shoots out of you like.
It'd be a 60-foot diameter, I think.
So
Yeah.
it's like 60
Yeah,
at the
it is.
end and 60 feet far. So 60 feet away and 60 feet wide. So you kind of.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's not a perfect
Okay,
triangle.
so I would hit pretty much all of them.
Yeah, I'd
Yes.
say you could get all of them, especially if you
Um,
took like a step forward or something like.
Okay, so a dexterity saving throw of 18.
All right. One,
Well,
two, three, 4, 5, 6.
2 of them pass. Okay. And do you want to just roll 1 damage for every single one, or roll them separate?
You can just do one for all of them. We'll make it easy.
Oh, seriously? Come on.
I'm sorry.
So dumb. That's
That's
so
shitty.
dumb. It's one of my 2 level 3 spells. Okay. So they each take 5 bludgeoning damage.
Oh,
That's so sad.
Lame.
That's so dumb.
I
Stupid
mean, it would have
dice.
been great if they were all 8. So like, but yeah.
Those were going into dice jail. Oh wait, I can't. They're digital.
no dice, Joe.
Man, if there was a digital dice jail, that would be great.
So yeah, you guys watch as like I just like dig in my pocket for a second and then I like do like a slow motion throw because it's underwater. And then the second it leaves my hand, they split into like 10 and it's just like a bolt or something and they just like shoot out.
That's fantastic.
Are you throwing candy at them?
All right.
Essentially.
Heavenik, you're up.
All right. It's gonna be a stupid idea, but I'm full of them right now. I'd like to swim up here. Bonus action dash. Actually, no. I don't have a swim speed, so technically it would be I'd be here.
Yep.
So I'm gonna get right to here. And that was bonus action, and then I'm going to action my hook and then lash it and wrap it around the mast so I'm not going anywhere from the mast. And then I'm gonna I'm gonna do the same thing I did before and just take out, but I'll have both scimitars because they have a little bit longer reach.
Okay. Perfect.
I know it's not gonna help anything, but maybe.
Sheila, you're up.
Is there any way that I could just briefly stick my sword outside to try to blade beam them?
So you,
Or am I within?
We're outside
I'd
right
say
now.
you are
Oh, we're
currently
outside
outside,
right now,
so you
sorry.
can kind of move wherever you want near them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm just gonna go for the one closest and just straight fuck it up. So
So give me
I'm
that
just
roll.
gonna.
What? I just don't hit them because that's what's gonna happen.
Huh?
That hits.
Oh yeah, I'm super excited for what happens after this. So
So
boom.
as you slash into this one, it explodes, and like just acid goes everywhere, and you take 15 acid damage as it just like sprays all over you, but it is dead. Uh, you do manage to seemingly kind of like prevent it from doing anything to the ship.
That's good. That's the luck we want.
Yeah. Well, I'm just gonna swim out a little bit more then and just pop this other one real quick. Boom. I'm gonna shoot 25 hits and 22 damage.
It does indeed. All right, cool. Yeah. So the one that you kind of get in front of just kind of slams into you, Sheila. It's gonna attempt to hit you. Oh, come on. 16 to hit. Sheila. I know that's close.
No,
No.
I think she just.
Oh, fuck. I was trying to unmute her and I muted you. I'm sorry, Sheila.
It doesn't hit. Sorry.
No, that's fine. Okay. So it just bounces into you and doesn't do anything. Um, the rest of them are going to essentially bounce into the ship.
No, good.
Oh.
Um, come on, go away, you stupid. All right. Let's see if they hit it. Let's see if they hit it with enough force. That one doesn't. One, two. One does. Okay, so one doesn't hit it with enough force. So the rest of them kind of slam into the ship, and like you can see them like squirt out kind of like an acidic goo onto the ship as they like slam into it, and they're going to each do, the ones that hit do 11 damage each. So 33 total damage to the ship. All right, cool. And Finn, it is your turn.
All right. Are any of them looking worse than any others?
The one Sheila is hacking away at currently looks the worst, and then the rest seem pretty even.
All right. Let me help Sheila out a bit. 4, 5, 6.
Oh shit. Okay.
I'm gonna
Three of those.
I'm gonna re-roll both of those 12s because I can do that with sorcery points.
Oh.
The 14 doesn't hit either.
No, it's a 15
Okay.
armor class.
All right, so then it is 10 plus 10, so 20, 27. So 27 force damage on that guy. You're
I'm
muted.
muted. That's why you can't hear
Yep.
me talking to myself. Okay, so as the force slams into it, you watch as it kind of like lets loose part of its insides, wanting to be on its outsides. And Sheila, you
Dude.
take, oh fuck, 19 acid damage as Finn like blasts this thing from behind. Nocturne, it's your turn.
So, would I have a sense of what these things consist of in any way, shape, or form?
Your best guess is these are big balls filled with acid. There's definitely more to it, but that's like your initial thing. You maybe heard some stories from them having to deal with smaller versions of what looked like it's the same. It seems like the same type of like plant creature type thing, but these are way bigger than the last ones you guys dealt with.
I'm going to cast um destroy water
Okay,
on the nearest one.
okay. Let me look up that spell because I do not believe you're necessarily using it for its intended purpose.
Well, so acid does have a water component.
You can create a destroy water. You can create up to 10 gallons. And you can destroy up to 10 gallons
Why would they not put up to a point you can see?
because they don't expect you to use this in combat.
Everybody who plays D&D has access to Reddit.
I mean, I didn't even look up Reddit. I just
Oh, it's like a classic meme to use like destroy water to like, oh yeah, that guy, I'm gonna create water in his lungs.
I didn't even know
Oh,
that.
yeah.
But these are made of a liquid, so that's why I'm.
Yeah.
If you want to mix it, that's fine. I'll do something else. But
No, it's
So it does
no,
say open container.
I was saying they need to put that in the spell.
So the spell does say open container, so that's why you couldn't theoretically cast it into someone.
aren't they like spewing liquid?
But I would say for this, like that's why I don't think you could create water into someone's lungs with this
Oh
spell.
yeah.
I see. What
But
you're saying. Yeah.
for this, I will let it go for this one because I think it does make sense. These aren't. There's a fine line between container and what these things really are. So like, I'll give it to you.
What is it, jellyfish?
I'm basically just deflating one of them.
Yeah, exactly. I guess we'll see. Which one are you targeting? And then I'm gonna have
The
it.
one that's closest to me.
Okay, I'm gonna have it make a con save against your spell save DC. It's
Because in theory, there would be like a remnant chemical left over,
Yep. Yeah.
which who
So.
knows what it is. But actually, do we know what kind of acid it is? Because I can look it up.
So, it attempts to resist it.
Oh,
I will say, let's see, what would 10 gallons of water? Would that be, what level spell is this?
I just hit a level 1 because I didn't
Okay.
know if you'd allow it.
10 milk jugs just fall out.
Imagine a 10-gallon hat.
So what
It just
would,
deflates a little bit,
so it
basically.
destroys half of that. So what is 5 gallons worth of water in hit points? I guess I'll just say it's a flat 5 points. I think that's the
That's fine.
easiest way. I don't know. Yeah. So you watch as it deflates a little bit, and you're like,
Ah, fine. Uh, and that is it because I can't cast 2 spells, right?
no, you can't.
You're right.
Unless
Right.
one is a
So
cantrip.
that's what I thought.
All right, Heavy Neck, you're up.
All right, now that I'm tethered and I've got 20 feet to work with, I'm gonna swim out and I'm gonna attack this one that's closest to me right here with a dagger. And well, no, we went 2 scimitars. Sorry.
Okay.
So Julia and do both. All right, hold on. So that's the. Hold on. I didn't do that right because I have disadvantage.
Yeah, you still.
Okay. And I'm gonna get the attack on the first one. So that's 44 points of slashing, sneak attack, and then 11. So 55 points of damage.
So you slash into this once, and you definitely are doing a ton of damage to it. But as you slash into it, a bunch of acid sprays out on you. You take
I
11
know.
damage.
I watched it do it to Sheila. I'm
Uh,
aware what I'm doing.
and then your second strike into it, uh, you take another 17 points of damage. And then on the last one, as you kill it, you watch as it just fucking explodes.
Yeah.
And
I only did 2 attacks.
you only did 2 attacks, but the last one killed it. And as you
Oh
kill
yeah,
it,
because it explodes on. Okay, yeah.
yeah,
Sorry about that.
as you kill it, it just and you watch as it just goes all over the place. Some of it hits the boat, but it is dead.
Doxon's gonna be so upset with me. All right, and that's gonna be it. Because wait, that was 10. I guess I'll move. No, yeah, that was all my movement.
Okay.
That's it. Cool.
Sheila, you're up.
All right, I'm going to demolish the one that's on me,
Okay.
and I'm going to attack it away from the ship. So I'm hoping a 20 hits,
That hits.
and I'm hoping a 21 kills it.
So yeah, so as you're able to like slice through it, I'll just do all the damage at once. So you slice through it, it sprays out, and then you slice again, and it explodes. Or yeah, as you slice through it, it sprays out at you. Actually, does that make any sense? Whatever. As you slice through it, it sprays out at you, and then it explodes. So you take 19 damage, but you're far enough away from the ship that the ship doesn't take any of this damage. But yeah, you take 19 acid damage.
Thanks, Sheila.
You just turn around, just sizzling. Um,
I still have my one attack left.
Perfect.
So I'm just going to spin around and say, sorry about this one, though. 19 hit,
That does hit, yes.
17 damage.
I feel like you're not.
Alright, yeah, that hits. The damage goes through, and as it sprays out towards you, uh, you take 14 acid damage. Um, so as you like finish slicing into it, you watch as these three just start like they kind of start like pulsing and just seeming like they're growing like bigger.
Oh boy.
And it kind of doing that like
Which three? I thought I killed that one.
you killed the one that was in front of you. There was right? Yeah. Yes.
Oh,
So the one you just this is the one you just slashed into.
yeah.
The one you killed I deleted already.
Oh, okay, cool.
So the three that are still left are just kind of like pulsing and start growing. And that's their turn. They just spend it like Finn, you're up.
All right. How is Heavy Neck looking?
I'm fine.
Okay. I know
Well,
Sheila's.
pretty
I know
easy now.
Sheila's taking damage, but Sheila is a
It's
sponge.
Sheila.
So
She's the tank.
yeah, let's do.
Yeah, I'll let you know when Beefy needs buffed.
I mean, it's not health potions, right?
What?
I'm talking about Sheila.
Let's do a Frosty Ball. At 3 of them.
All right. Deck save.
I don't know how big it is. Probably like that.
It gets all of them.
Maybe they won't die if they freeze to like won't explode if they freeze to death.
So 2 fail, 1 succeeds. So this one takes. And then half of 35, 15, 16, 17. So as you like shoot out the frosty ball and it explodes, like freezing the area around these things, you do notice that it doesn't kill them, but on the plus side, you don't notice anything being like sprayed from them as this goes off.
All right.
Do that again.
Well, I can't do it this time, but I am gonna use my bonus action for pew, pew, pew. 9 force damage on this one in front of Sheila.
Perfect. So as the bolts like strike into it, it does spray out slightly towards Sheila
Yeah, but is it like cubed?
because it's frozen a little bit. Uh, I
Is it slush?
the slushy acid sprays out towards Sheila, doing 13 damage. Uh, actually, oh yeah, okay, you didn't count to 10. Perfect. All right.
That's totally not rad.
Um, but but on the plus side, also as you strike into it with this, it does also kill it. However, you notice that based on its engulfing nature, does 15 damage to everything that surrounds it. So,
Oof.
Whoa.
Including the other one.
uh, oddly enough, the other one doesn't seem to care that it's getting covered in acid.
Good to know. Glad I didn't hit it with an acid ball.
Yeah, Coles was a good choice. uh, Knockdown, you're up.
Yeah.
Shit.
I probably should have put my anchor point down.
I'm going
Oh, snap.
to. Anything I do is going to be problematic. So I'm just going to Chaos Bolt him again.
God, that needs to be on a t-shirt.
What? Anything I do is going to be problematic. I'll do that at level 1 this time. 272. Oh yes, it gets to arc to the second one. Hold on, I gotta.
That whole saying needs to be on a t-shirt.
Oh yes, okay. Cold damage, 11 cold damage, and then I need to roll again for the second one. And then 6 um 6 force damage on the second one.
Okay.
And technically it doubled again, so I get to do it again and it bounces back to this one, I think. A creature can be targeted only once. No, it just happens twice. Okay, so 11 on the first one, cold, and 6 on the second one, force.
All right, cool. So yeah, the first one hits with cold, it just kind of like freezes it, and then as the bolt forcefully jumps off of it into the next one, it strikes into it and it sprays out, but some of it getting onto the ship. But yeah, all right, perfect. All right, do you have anything else you want to do? Move.
I will command 12 to start repairing the small leaks that have
All right,
started happening on the inside.
sounds good. All right. Up next is Heavy Neck.
All right. I'm going to bonus action dash swim to get right about here. Still within the niche that I have set for myself.
Okay.
I can't communicate with Sheila, correct? I can't like yell. It
You
will
guys
just
can
be like,
speak underwater. I assume you guys can do any because you have breathing water breathing on. I assume you can kind of
okay,
communicate and cast spells as if it was in air.
okay. I'm gonna swim down, and as I'm swimming out, hey Sheila, go for the long one. And then as I get down there, that was my bonus action to dash. Can I use my action to like stab my or not? I probably won't. It's because it's metal. That won't work. But I want to try and push this thing off of the ship.
Okay.
Like I don't want to attack it, but I want to use my action to like shove it so that it's away from the ship in the direction of where Sheila's gonna end up, so that she can kind of like make quick work of them away from there.
Perfect. Make a athletics check.
Okay.
Damn.
27.
All right. It is gonna attempt to acrobatically dodge you. Actually, it doesn't. I'm gonna roll, but it doesn't matter because I can't beat that. So yeah, I get shoved 10 feet off the deck.
Yeah, I want to do it like right.
5, 10. Yeah, so it gets pushed off of the ship and is no longer upright up against it.
That's it. That's all I can do.
All right, cool. Sheila, you're up.
All right, Sheila's gonna swim toward it and slash it.
Okay.
And try to slash it away from the ship. So 25, 19 damage.
That kills it, and as you slice into it, and it explodes, it does a combined 26 damage to you, but nothing seems to hit the ship. So it just like explodes and acid goes everywhere, but it's far enough away that it, you know. All right, cool. Uh, that was your first attack. Do you want to do anything else, Sheila? Oh, you already. All right, you beat me to it. I assume you moved to the next one.
Yeah, I'm just gonna do it. Boom. Only 15 damage.
All right. As you slice into it, another 16 damage of acid just comes spraying off on you, but this thing's looking rough. It's getting there. You're gonna watch as it kind of just grows again. It just keeps like kind of swelling even more. Ah, fuck. Come on. Nope.
I'm gonna yell, shit, Heavy, we really gotta get this off.
Yeah, no duh.
I'm trying.
Stop moving boat.
I'm gonna have to like. I'm gonna have to let my belt and just like swim and be untethered.
All right, cool. Finn, you are up.
All right. If I move here, how
What you
far
say?
am I from it?
It is to scale, so oh okay. I'd say you're. I guess you can be. Yeah, I'd say you're 10 feet from it.
10 feet? Okay. I'm going to dash
Okay.
to it, and then I am going to Frosty Step.
Okay.
Fifth level.
Frosty step.
All right.
And if I can, I would like to coat some of the ship in ice as I'm doing that.
That's fair. So let's see how it does. It's a con save.
I have to use my last beat of force.
So no, you don't, because as Finn like Frosty steps and you watch as this like explosion of ice goes across, it like freezes the thing solid and it just kind of like rolls off the deck and
Nice.
just sinks down further into the water.
See, look at that. Sheila problem solved.
Yeah, and
We have to do everything.
Yay, teamwork.
you guys find yourselves um, no longer. You don't see any more of these things off in the distance at the moment, and are able to kind of continue moving along relatively smoothly.
Like to be dry.
I'm gonna say,
It will take some time to clean this acid off. Everyone who did damage, get some rags.
Yeah, the ship looks. Ship definitely took some damage. It's gonna take a little bit of time to repair it, but you are able to eventually kind of put all of the pieces back together and get it back up to where it needs to be. Uh, and yeah, I will say, yeah, I guess I'm curious what it looks like as you guys are all on the outside of this scrubbing the ship.
When we can talk, Heavy Neck is definitely trying to keep some spirits high and singing some jaunty little sailor tunes.
Jill is definitely in a bikini because it's a car wash no matter where you are.
Ben has his thumbs in his ears so that he doesn't have to hear any of this, and he's just repeatedly casting prestidigitation.
Sheila's like dancing as she's washing to Heavy Neck's jingles. Yeah.
It'll be a sea shanty version of car wash.
Perfect.
God.
All right. So as that as that as you guys finish cleaning and repairing the ship, I will say you can kind of get back into it. The whale hooks back up to the front, and unless there's anything else you guys want to do, I think we can call it for tonight, and we'll pick back up
Yeah.
as the journey continues.
Let's do it.
All right.
Holy cow.
I know, you guys only got 3 more days.
We're getting there.
It's so close. Thank
It'll
you all
be
for
fun.
watching. Check us out where you find us, and